We made for 7,000.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Shady Mob Podcast with your two favorite pod mob stars, Double A, and Edward Amaral, here with us today to talk about his new book, Feeder. Not Feeder, The One-Eyed Sailor. A graphic novel inspired by Popeye the Sailor Man, and it is Edward's take on the story. So, Edward, talk to us a bit about your book, boss.
Yes. So, that is an interesting origin story, to say the least. So, if it wasn't... Okay, first of all, the original title for the screenplay, because it's not a book, it's a book now. It's a graphic novel now is the way it lives. But it was original screenplay that I started writing back in 2006. Okay? And I didn't finish the screenplay until 2016. I thought I was finished with it in 2012 until I came across a really cool origin story for the character Olivia.
Olivia or olive oil?
In the book, it's Olivia. Okay, so...
I don't think you ever reference her name in the first story.
You might be right.
Yeah.
You might be right. I think her name is mentioned later on in the second half.
Okay.
Of the installment. And I haven't read it for a long time, so I don't even recall if I did mention it or not, but you might be right. Okay, so I wrote the screenplay from 2006 to 2012 where I thought it was done, and then someone I know had the most crazy, eerie, uncomfortable, unsettling story that happened to him and his little sister that was so just... I don't even know how to say it. It was just so unsettling, disturbing, that I was like, wow, what a great origin story for the character Olivia, because I was searching for something for her, because we had a great origin story for our character Popius, which is
Popeye.
It's
Popius. I thought it was Papayas.
It's Popius.
Popius.
Yeah, Popius. And I'd been searching in my mind for years, trying to figure out what I was gonna, if I was gonna do anything for Olivia, and I had finished it, just being totally fine with having no origin story for her, right? Until I came across this really disturbing story that my buddy, I don't even call, we're not friends anymore, but I'm just going to say someone I know, I'm not going to mention his name, and what happened to him, and it's in the book. It's the first scene, man, and it's crazy, disturbing, but I put it in there, and so in 2006...
So that's the reason why you went with the opening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You got to read the book if you want to know what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So in 2006, the original title for the screenplay was not The One-Eyed Sailor. It was entitled first I Sailor. Okay, I Sailor, like I Sailor, or I Sailor, right?
Yeah.
That was like a little thing. But then I changed it to The One-Eyed Sailor Who Loved a Whore.
Okay.
That was the title. The One-Eyed Sailor Who Loved a Whore. Okay. Now, why did I title it The One-Eyed Sailor Who Loved a Whore? Well, the origin of my idea for my take on the Popeye was my brother, shout out to my brother Edward Amaral, who was visiting over my place one day in 2006, and him and I always talk about our nostalgia about growing up watching cartoons. We grew up watching Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, like all the Looney Tunes and stuff. Popeye was one of them. We grew up watching Popeye. Okay, these were on the TV back then, and we always talked about how...
I grew up watching Popeye.
You did too?
Oh yeah, I'm a big Popeye fan.
So here's the thing we always talk about. Popeye was violent as fuck. Violent fucking cartoon. They were always beating the shit out of each other. Bluto was always trying to kill either Popeye or even kill...
but they made it in a very playful way. I interpreted it in a very playful. It was a cartoon. I thought it was funny.
As we got older, we interpreted it as violent. And we're like, look, this is violent. Let's look at this for what it is. Let's look at this for what it really is.
My favorite one, sorry, really quick. My favorite Popeye story is the one where the Treasure Island.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but it's Pluto. Basically, he's like the leader of all these animals on this island, and then
you're in the cave.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a classic.
It's
bro.
a classic.
It's a fucking classic. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, they're great. I love all Popeyes. Now, no disrespect to Popeye here. A lot of people can find this a little bit unsettling to read my book. Okay, but the reality is,
I think that's part of the reason why for me it was a little bit unsettling.
It's unsettling
because I grew up being a Popeye fan, and the character is very near and dear to my heart.
Sure.
And this was a completely different take. And for a second, because at the beginning of the book, The One-Eyed Sailor, I completely forgot until I read the name Popeyes, and I'm like, oh my god, this all makes way more sense now.
Yeah.
But sorry, continue on.
Yeah. I forgot where I was at.
Oh no! You were talking about how your book is a little bit unsettling at the beginning.
Yeah, it's unsettling. Oh, the whole thing is unsettling. So the original title was The One-Eyed Sailor Who Loved a Whore. Okay. Now my brother and I used to always talk about cartoons we grew up with, and we always talk about how violent they were. Tom and Jerry, they're always trying to kill, freaking smash each other with a head. Ballad is always violent, right?
I think the last episode was them getting run over by a train and going to heaven.
Yeah, crazy shit. Yep. But they were always but
it was funny.
Yeah, they were funny. But there was an episode of Popeye that I'll never forget, where Bluto grabs Olive Oil by the hair, pulls her up close to his body, he yanks out a giant fucking knife that's 12 inches long, and he puts it to her throat. And he basically says, I'm going to kill this bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot how violent cartoons used to be.
He says, or I can take your head off, or something like that. Okay, so then Popeye then comes to her rescue, blah, 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 right? Now, the only time Popeye ever came to her rescue, or the only time she ever called for Popeye is when she needed him.
Yep.
She basically fucking used that fucker. She used him and abused him. She fucking treated him like shit.
Popeye, I'm not gonna do anything.
She cheated on him She cheated on him left and right. Every single time that he was not around, she was.
Pluto.
She was cheating on him with the bad boy, right? So here's the classic story of the good guy, right? The good guy, and then the bad boy. And what do the women go after? We all know that 80% of the women go after 10%.
Money and things.
The dangerous. They go after the bad boys. They go after the bad boys. And that's a fact. You can look at the talking points on that on YouTube. There's all over the place.
In my experience, women mainly are attracted to money and materialistic things.
They are too. That too. They're
more than they are the bad boys.
Yeah. Well, they'll fornicate or screw and they'll fuck the bad boys, but when it's time to get married, when they start to, their eggs are ready to dry up at age 32, they start getting nervous and they look for the good guys to marry.
Yeah.
So they'll marry the good guys, right? But they'll fuck the bad boys.
Once they're closer to 30s or their late 20s, that's when they start going towards the good guy.
The bad boys are gone.
They want stability at that point. They want their eggs fertilized before they expire.
And they want the good guy. They want the good guy now. Okay, so then there's a lot of guys that will take those women. Now, so basically in my story, I was red pilling people before red pill existed. You guys know what red pill content is?
So what's red pill content?
Red pilling content is red pilling all the young men out there that don't necessarily know much about women and how they how they actually execute.
You were enlightening these folk on how these hoes ain't loyal.
They're looking, yes. That's basically what, yes, sir. We're enlightening.
It's like showcasing the brutal honesty of what happens.
Well, if we're gonna be honest, women have become the new men, and men have now become the new woman.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And so I was red pilling people way back.
There's nothing. Also, really quickly, there's nothing wrong with men being more in tune and more in touch with their feminine side, and there's nothing wrong with women being more in tune with their masculine side. It's just been such a drastic evolution.
Yeah.
Where there's a thing for women empowerment, but come on, gentlemen, we got to keep our masculine energy high.
You know who should be here for this conversation? Scotty Too Hottie. I'm sure Scotty has some things to say about this.
Oh God, he would love. Oh yes, he would. Mr. Too Hottie would.
Yeah.
But continue. I'm sorry.
Okay, so my brother was over one day, right, and we were discussing Papa, how violent it was, and then this is the kicker. This is what got the spark in my head to go, oh fuck, this is what I've been looking for to make my first full-length feature film on. He called her a slut.
Who? Your sister?
Olive Oil.
Oh, okay.
I was like, whoa, I didn't even think about that. I think I was about maybe 26 years old at the time. He was like 28, 29, right? He's like, yeah, olive oil was a slut, because we were just talking about how violent it was, right? There's nothing to make a movie there. There's no movie about making something that's violent about Popeye. But when he said she was a slut, I said, whoa, wait a minute, what do you mean she was a slut? He's like, oh, every single time Popeye, when she wasn't around, he was cheating on him with Bluto.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, you're right. Then he goes, well, no, she might have been a whore. What? He's like, she might have been an actual legitimate whore, like a prostitute. Really? He's like, yeah, well, back in the 50s, right, 40s, late 40s, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
That's basically, hey, look, when the men came out at sea, when they came to shore, and they were on leave, what would they do? They'd go find themselves a whore.
Yeah.
And then they'd go back to their ship.
That's why I think brothels used to be like right next to the port.
Absolutely. So he's like, she might have actually been a whore. And I was like, whoa, blew my mind. I was like, wow, interesting. So then I thought about it, and I was like, this might be what I'm looking for. So literally, like the next day, I called my brother up and I go, man, I go, I'm gonna make a movie about this. I'm gonna write a script. Do you want to help me write it? He was too busy. He said, I don't got enough. I don't want to do that. He didn't want to be part of it. And I was like, hey, look, I'm just letting you know that I'm gonna do this. So we talked about it together. I'm offering you to write it with me. He said no. So I said, okay, I'm gonna write this, baby, and I want to make a movie about it. He said, yeah, go out, do your thing. So that's what I did. I started the screenplay, and I was inspired by the darkness, because I knew I wanted to make a dark film, right? Because the whole idea of olive oil being a whole possible horror, and then the film being extremely violent. I knew it needed to be dark, and so I came across a movie on HBO. It was called Requiem for a Dream. Have you guys heard about this?
No, what is that?
I believe it's a David Finch film. I can't be wrong. I'm not sure if it was David Finch as a director. Could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, guys, just correct me on that. Because it's been a long time since I've watched it. But it's a super dark film about drugs, addiction.
Really?
Okay? Yeah. So, Popeye was addicted also. What was he addicted to, guys?
Spinach.
Spinach!
Oh, I don't know if he was addicted to spinach, but
in my story, he's addicted. So, in my take on it...
Well, it wasn't spinach. You made him an addict to pills.
Well, the pills are basically a herb. It's not spinach, but it represents the spinach. It's an herb, yeah. So, he...
How does he refill his prescription?
My take is he was addicted to it because it's the only thing that he could actually take to become the man he needed to be to protect the woman he loved. Okay. He needed that shit in order to do it, so he was addicted to it. And she was addicted to, like, just this one dude. She was addicted to this bad boy that treated her like shit. And why was that? I had to create a backstory that was strong enough that made her addicted to these guys that were not good for her, that would beat the shit out of her and treat her like shit.
It's like Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump.
Exactly.
Like his love interest, even though they had a child, she basically...
That's right, Jenny.
Yep,
that's right.
Jenny always going after the shitheads, after the drug dealers and like
bad
all
boys.
that like party nonsense.
Exactly.
And before you know it, she'll show up back in your house, end up getting you a kid and infecting you with AIDS.
I was about to say, did Jenny die from AIDS? I feel like Jenny died from AIDS.
That's kind of like what it alludes to.
She probably did. Yeah, he thinks AIDS. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, Damn. His mom died from cancer and Jenny died from AIDS.
Did you ever watch Robin Williams' Popeye?
I hated it.
You didn't like it? Oh, that breaks my heart. That's one of my favorite.
I'm sorry.
Robin Williams films.
That's one of Nelson's favorite movies.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I did not like it. I will do this. Okay. I went back and watched it about 10 years ago because I watched it when it first came out. Okay. Hated it when I was, I don't know how old I was in my 20s or 30, a teenager. I don't remember exactly how old it was. But when I watched it then, I didn't like it. I watched 10 years ago, and I remember liking the musical aspect.
Yeah.
I thought the musical aspect was amazing. I didn't like for me, it wasn't my kind of movie. Okay. It wasn't my style of storytelling. It's not the way that I would do Popeye. But the musical was amazing. I liked the musical, and I liked the music.
Yeah.
And I thought
the choreography was great.
And I liked what Robin Williams did as a cartoon representative of Popeye. In other words, bringing the cartoon to life. Yeah. I like what he did there. And
that's why I loved it, because it was very near and dear to the cartoon, and it was like what I grew up with.
They stuck to the cartoon.
Yeah.
So as a cartoon representation, absolutely. absolutely. It's just not what I'd make. And then, of course, from the gal from Rocky, I can't even remember her name, the actress. She's amazing.
I forget her name too.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is, I remember when I was a kid, waking up and like putting on Popeye cartoons and shit.
Yeah.
And like the intro, I remember vividly. It would be like a normal black and white.
Oh yeah.
Like scene with kids playing and shit, and then all of a sudden, like you see a can of spinach or whatever, and then like it kind of cuts into the cartoon after they eat the spinach. Oh yeah. And I'm just like, man, I want to eat my spinach.
I wanted to too. Yeah.
Edward watched Robin Williams Popeye and thought to himself, you know what this needs? Prostitute. That'll make this a better movie.
Yeah, she needs to be a whore. She needs to be a whore. She needs to be a whore.
She needs to be a whore. She needs to be a whore.
She was a whore. When he's on leave, he's seeing his whore that he loves though. He loves her, and then you know what? He doesn't like this.
So I'm kind of like inspired right now because what time is it? Because I got. Man, you got to come back and we got to watch Robin Williams Popeye and break it down. You got to tell me all the aspects that you do not like about that film.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Oh, come on.
I watched it twice, and I'm not even sure if I
have only watched it, I think, twice, too, but I'm willing to watch it a third time. He's like, no, don't put me through that. Don't put me through that. Yeah. I'd rather break down the Matrix.
No, I do like the musical, though. I really, honestly, the musical is good.
The choreography, like I said, the musical and the choreography and how they like stuck.
And he was spot on. He was spot on playing that cartoon, man.
Yeah,
he was spot on. Robin Williams was badass on that.
Man, he was what peak Robin Williams. But you, in the process of creating the screenplay for the One Night Sailor, you got pretty far in the process, right? You started casting people, didn't you?
Yeah, we started casting. I started casting even before COVID, and I casted Anthony James as Popius and Nadia Khan as Olivia.
Okay.
And I was auditioning, and then that was basically all I'd cast at the point. No, I had a bunch of other people cast too. I can't remember the names, but I cast basically all of the primary characters were done.
Oh wow.
Yeah, all of them, and they were great. The auditions were amazing. I auditioned about 400 people.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I spent like entire 6 months just every night after work just auditioning people.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I had a lot of interest. Everyone wanted to do it.
Were you paying the actress, or was this a favor?
No. It was to audition. We don't pay for audition.
No. If you sign them on to become Papayas.
Oh yeah. Well, the goal. I was working backwards. My whole strategy was to work backwards. Was to develop the film first. We call it packaging it. So you package the film. They call it. You cast it first, and then you raise the money. Or you start shooting it first, and then you raise the money as you shoot. So that was my strategy.
Okay, why did you want to take the backwards approach?
Because raising the money for independent film, even back then, was extremely difficult.
It still is now.
It's even more difficult.
Yeah.
10 times more difficult, if not more, than it was back then.
Okay.
Yeah, only because with scarcity becomes value. Scarcity brings value, and when you don't have scarcity, when you have abundance, value depletes, right? So now that we have an abundance of film at our fingertips, the value of film has depleted to investors.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So
does that make sense like that?
No, it does. So what I was going to ask you, how was your structure going to be to pay the actors, or was it going to be if the film ever did get picked up, that's when payments were going to be distributed? Or you don't got to get into it if you don't want to.
The way the typical film funding is, you split the makings, the profits of the film. The gross gets split between the production, and 50% goes to production, 50% goes to the investor.
Okay.
If there's more than one investor, then you take that 50% and you cut it in half. There's 25% for you and 25% for Alex.
Okay.
If there's more than that, then you just keep on splitting. But the 50% still goes to the production.
Okay.
That 50% of the production might be, if there's percentages that go out to either other producers or other directors or even actors that are taking a cut in their salary, they might get percentage points. Okay. So then, where that works is once the movie starts rolling in the dough, Then you pay out the investors first.
Okay.
They get 120% back immediately. So they're getting 20% on their investment.
Okay.
Right off the bat.
Okay.
Then after that, then you start. Then everything else is just like icing on the cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Ooh, that's cool. How close have you ever been to being able to get one of your films funded?
We were really close to funding Nocturnal Bliss. I had a co-producer of mine. We jumped on it. He had found an investor on Facebook, actually, and we jumped on a call, and she had brought her silent investor on the phone with us on the call, and we didn't know who he was. And then, we were just, I was a little bit naive, but after the call, we were like, hey, I think that dude was the actual guy with the money. But she was a producer, and she'd done about 30 films. And we jumped on the call, and we pitched her Nocturnal Bliss, and she loved the idea. And this is the kicker, right? So the investor who was on the call, I'm not going to call him an investor. At the very end of the call, he says, have you ever done anything like this before? Now, this is a full-length feature film. I don't have the confidence I have now. I was brand new at this shit, right? I had just finished writing my first freaking full-length feature film in The One-Eyed Sailor, and my second one, Nocturnal Bliss, and I didn't know exactly how I'd ever go about shooting a full-length feature film. I do now. Like right now, like my confidence is sky high. I would make anything. But back then, this is back in 2000. Like 2012. I think 2012. Long time ago. So I was a newbie still, right? So when he said, "What have you done? Have you done anything like this before?" I was like, "Yeah, I have. I shot some short films. You can look at this. You can look at that. Whatever." But have you made a full-length feature film? I can't lie to the man. Right? He said, no, I have not. But this is what I have done. So I did my best to sell it, but it didn't go.
Oh.
Yeah. He had just sold his, he had a restaurant that he had just sold. And he was looking to reinvest that money.
Okay.
And so he was going to put it all into the movie. But when he learned that I had not yet shot a full-length feature film yet.
He pulled out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for him, it's...
The risk.
Yeah.
High risk, yeah.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, high risk.
Films are not... films are not a for sure thing that they're going to be successful, especially if they're going to how much money they're going to be putting in.
Yeah, so he was just managing his risk.
Okay, yeah, I respect that, man. I respect that. With that being said, are you ready to jump into some of these auditions?
Yeah, sure. This is Anthony James, who I had auditioned for Popius back in 2015.
Yeah. Yep. It's up right now.
What do you think?
I think it's sexy. I love sailors and tattoos. It turns me on.
For as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to be a sailor. Just like my papi. I remember my papi like it was yesterday. He raised me, taught me how to sail. I owe everything to him. And what do I do in return? I leave him alone in that little old house. I can't undo the past, and I'm too ashamed to go back. But I can honor him with my future. I can honor him as a sailor.
All right.
And we're back. Okay. That was Anthony James who auditioned for Papayas. So why did you choose Anthony James to portray Papayas?
His vulnerability.
Really?
Yeah, his vulnerability. So I needed someone that had the vulnerability to play this guy. Because Popeye, I wanted to portray the essence of Popeye, which is a good person.
Okay.
He's a really good guy. You know, someone that his integrity, honor, everything you expect in a hero, right? Kind of like Superman, just a perfect person. And I needed someone that had the vulnerability that can be vulnerable in front of the camera to his sensitive side, his, as you mentioned, your feminine side, right? And not the macho-ness, right? To get rid of all that. But when he becomes Popeye and he kicks out, that's a whole other story. When he takes the pills and he turns into the
So were you going to cast another actor to play Popeye? And once he takes the pill and transforms?
No. There's no transformation. There's a transformation in here.
Oh, okay.
In the mind. The mind and the mindset.
So, how was this the only audition tape that you did with Papayas or with the Anthony James, or? No,
I auditioned, as I mentioned, 400 people before I cast 7 people I casted.
Okay.
And I had to audition like 300 to 400 people in about 6 months. I do it every day after work. I just come home after a long day's work and I just start cast. Yeah, I just look at all the people that I've sent in their videos. I review them all. I just pick up the best talent and then I'd set them up for interviews and I'd interview them. And Anthony stood out because of his vulnerability. I immediately knew that he'd probably be the one. And so I called him back for a callback to do a second audition. Because he originally sent in just a tape, video. And I liked it. So I called him back to do an actual read with me.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what we saw there. No, and I think that might have been his first one, but I did a read with him.
Okay.
And he told me, and he said, Ed, after we auditioned, he said, I'm really excited about this film because he knew that he instinctively knew when he read the description of the movie that it was a retake or a remake, or not a remake, but a take on Popeye. And that drew him to it, of course. But on my second time. Oh, he told me He told me that he had just done an audition for a Marvel movie, like a big Marvel film.
Okay.
And he told me he was more excited to audition for this film than he was for the audition for the Marvel film.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was he going to play in the Marvel film?
I don't even remember what it was.
Okay.
But that really meant a lot to me. Because that meant he loved the screenplay. He loved the script. That he was more excited to audition for this than he was for that film.
Okay.
Yeah, so that really meant a lot to me. But that's not why I chose him, though, just because he said that. I chose him because his acting ability. Number one, he's vulnerable, and number two, he had the acting chops to pull it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next person we're going to check out is Chris Wedford edition?
No, so Milford is
Chris Milford?
The character is, Wilford is the character.
Okay.
And Wilford is a character on Popeye called Wimpy.
Okay.
So Wimpy was the guy that would always find Popeye on the street, and he always was eating burgers all the time.
Oh, that's the hamburger guy.
Hamburger guy. He's eating burgers all the time. So I'm thinking to myself, who is Wimpy in my story? Who is this guy? Well, in One-Eyed Sailor, Wimpy is Wimford, and Wimford is a homeless person, homeless man.
Okay.
Living in an alley, living on the streets.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just pulled up the video, and you talking about how this is Wimpy the burger guy. He kind of looks like him. I'm not gonna lie. This dude definitely. This is a good cast. This is.
Let's check it out. You got it, Alex?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
I'm just following what you're saying, how cold it is out there, so it's going to be a kind of a different voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there the other person on the call with
Take two.
exterior alley next day night. When Furby is sitting against the alley wall, the cold wind blows there about. A ladder clicks halfway into a pipe. Smoke rises from Cliffy's snout. Cliffy closes his eye and drops his head.
I just see burgers.
What?
Just see burgers. I don't smoke that backy. I don't choose heroin. I just eat burgers. That's why I'm here. I spend all my money on burgers. That's what kills people.
And I have more in common than I thought. You like burgers? I like herbs. Well, now heroin. Everyone thinks I'm an idiot. You get strong. Herbs, not the heck. Not gonna kill me, right? Do it in my sleep. When I'm sleeping because I don't like pain. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind dying there. Didn't have to pain first.
I'm pretty wimpy when it comes to pain.
Maybe we should. Maybe I should call you wimpy too. Most people are fine with that. It's not the time. I feel the pain that comes before. The brain. Slow decaying death and some. That's pain.
That's how I does it.
Does what?
I kills people. Crushes their skulls. With a sledgehammer.
See. Wow, dude, that was great. Nice. That was
was echoing. But no. Shout out to Damien Orozco for shouting, for watching and giving us love like he always does. Lead actor in the Giant of Kandahar film, where you say he did his best work, correct?
Yeah, in my opinion, he's done his best work on this film.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you said he brought in Dominic Dunaway, and he also brought in Timothy, didn't he?
No, he didn't bring in Timothy. He brought in JT.
Okay.
Yeah. I brought in Timothy. I found Timothy on Damien's Instagram.
Okay.
So I was scrolling through Damien's Instagram and I found Timothy's picture on there, and he looked like Garrett Ryan, who he had lost because he moved to L.A. to pursue his career as an actor. And then I contacted Timothy through finding him on Damien Orozco's Instagram. Yeah, so I contacted Mr. Timothy.
Okay. With that being said, Miss Lizette Maravilla, ladies and gentlemen, the actress that was supposed to portray Olive Oil in the upcoming, or not in the upcoming, in the One-Eyed Sailor.
Yeah, and just to preface, actually, she's actually the second gal who. So the original gal that was going to portray Olivia was Khan. Her last name's Khan. Something Khan. I had mentioned it earlier in our podcast, but now it's a better Indian gal. But then when I decided to recast it with a new strategy and have everybody local, she was a local actress. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's check this out.
This is during COVID.
Slowing down. I don't know what it is.
My uncle's friend's son runs the shop. He can get you in.
Right. It's always the uncle's friend's son that can get you in. No, thank you.
I talked to him. He said he can get you in. I can get you out of this place, out of here. You won't have to live like this anymore. You'll make money.
My honor and my integrity as a sailor, it's not for sale.
Everything you dreamed of is wrong. Everything you ever dreamed about is the wrong dream. You want to live like this? You live in a fucking shithole.
I've got to go. Go for a walk.
Fuck.
See. I liked it.
That was really good. You really slowed it down. I wasn't really expecting that approach. So that gave me something to, work with. Wow.
But
Wow. Are you an actor yourself?
I just started.
That was really good. I was like, ooh, okay. That was awesome.
Yeah, I started. The reason I literally, like, okay, so I did some theater in college.
Yeah.
I was really horrible. Like, I was really, really bad, and so I just didn't bother. But the only reason I was taking acting classes is because I wanted to make film, right? That's the reason why I was taking those classes. I wasn't interested in acting in terms of actually doing it. But then, as I literally over the last 6 months, as I've been casting and I've been reading, I've gotten better.
Your practice.
So then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not too bad at this. I think I'm going to try to do some of this.
Yes, definitely do it. I
Yeah.
like what I saw, and I was like, wow, you just set the tone so great. Like, wow, it was great.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
No, that was good. I got to tell you this, and I'll say, especially the end, the last part. You hit that line perfect. Like that last line, the last part, the last like. She was local. She's not like 30 minutes away.
Okay.
All right. Third, the girl can act. Her reel. Just as any portfolio, whether kind of artist you are, the portfolio is key. You got to have the portfolio. So she had the reel. She had the reel that showed the acting chops. And then, so then it was, let's just see. Let's just have her read, right? So when she read, it was her adaptability when she read. She was, I only showed you the last read because I read her, like I had her do that like 3 times, and that was the last one. But the third time's a charm, right? So the first time was okay, second time was better, third time perfect.
Okay.
Right. I wanted to see if she can get it perfect, and she did, and she nailed it. And the one thing after I had auditioned hundreds of women that could not get that last line part right, let alone any of the lines right. Okay. She was the only one that got it all right on that last tape, including the very end line.
Okay.
Yeah.
She looked like she felt she felt the moment.
She felt it, and yeah, that's right. She felt the moment.
Okay, interesting. But yeah, like we can't reiterate. We went from being a different take on the One-Eyed Sailor, a darker take on the One-Eyed Sailor, to apparently creating a XXX porn parody of the One-Eyed Sailor.
It's not XXX, guys. It's rated R. Not XXX, rated R. Hey, listen.
Having nudity for olive oil.
No, not XXX. Okay, it's rated R. Here's the thing. I want to talk about the themes, right? So here's the thing. The One-Eyed Sailor is a little story with big themes. There's many big themes the topics that this movie covers. Number one is bullying. I fucking hate bullies.
I grew up hating bullies, and every one of them that ever fucked with me, I beat the shit out of them. Now, 2, because I was inspired by Popeye to kick the fuck out of the bully. Now, 2, okay, so 1 is bullying. 2, child abuse. Who doesn't hate fucking child abusers?
I do.
Sexual abuse. Who doesn't hate sexual abusers? Those are very, very important topics. So we cover bullying, we cover sexual abuse, we cover child abuse. This movie also covers addiction, right? All of us have an addiction. I don't care who in the fuck you are. We all have an addiction. If it's not addiction to food, if it's not addiction to video games, it's not addiction to porn, it's addiction to alcohol or drugs. Everyone's got one of them. All right, if not all of them. Okay, and who says they're not addicted to something is lying, or they're not even aware of it. Okay, I got a sister who's addicted to chocolate.
Oh, well.
All right.
Sweet tooth.
Yes, yeah, but if you put it in front of her, she's going to eat it. That's plain and simple. Okay, so addiction's another one. So we got like 5 major important topics that this movie covers, and they're all deep and dark. And I cover them in the most unsettling way that I can possibly uncover them. I want this movie to punch you in the fucking gut, punch you in the head, give you fucking a 1, 2, 3 and a soda and a 3-piece and a soda.
Okay.
That's what I want it to do. I want you to walk out of the film with the jaw on the ground and quiet and not talking shit.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Interesting. I mean, it definitely was interesting. I will say, like, I guess for me, because I am a big fan of the character, it was it took me by surprise, very by surprise. I was like, okay, this is a very interesting book. And if you guys want to know what we're talking about, go check out The One-Eyed Sailor on Amazon. Amazon, correct?
Yep.
Literally, it's literally called The One-Eyed Sailor by E.J. Amaral and by My Sam Barza, masterfully illustrated by My Sam Barza. The illustration is beautiful on this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Mason Barza.
Mason.
Check it out. Check out One-Eyed Sailor on Amazon, the R-rated version of Popeye. And if you want the XXX version, check out the One-Eyed Seaman coming out later this week.
Starring Edward
Amaral. No. I'm not doing any pornography, but I got the good joke though.
I feel like that'd be a project you might be open to doing. Edward.
No,
sure?
semen, no.
No semen?
No.
You don't see the semen?
No.
You sure?
No.
See a lot of men. Oh Lord! With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief ad break, and we'll be back to sign off from this episode. We've been going like almost 2 hours strong, so that's great. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome to Shady Mob Productions, where the vibes are always right and the passion runs deep.
Step into the sports network of N1 from the End Zone. Sit down for unfiltered conversations on Port City Uncensored and surf the sound waves with Sonic Waves.
Different worlds, different shows. Click on that subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops. Now, let's kick it. Guys, if you're into sports, wrestling, or just need some positivity and motivation, check out N1 from the End Zone and click on that subscribe button so you can be notified when the latest content drops. If you're in the San Francisco Bay Area and want the best cut of your life, go check out Headspin's Barbershop, located in South San Francisco, the official barbershop of N1 from the End Zone.
Join us every Saturday and don't miss the waves.
Sonic waves. Watch what you listen to. Listen to me. It's Sonic waves. Port City Uncensored. Port City Uncensored. Port City Uncensored!
Listen up, dog owners. Every month, BarkBox delivers 2 brand new toys that will make your dog lose their mind, plus 2 full-size bags of treats so healthy you'll be tempted to steal one yourself. Trusted by over 8 million dogs who have literally never written a bad review. We're talking fully customized, tiny terror toys for Chihuahuas, indestructible beasts for your Rottie, allergy-friendly snacks for the drama queens with sensitive tummies. Even extra subscriber-only goodies if you want to go full spoiled. Right now, new subscribers get a free extra toy in every box for a whole year, and shipping is forever free. So stop letting your dog down and click the link in the description or scan that beautiful QR code and get your first BarkBox today. BarkBox, because your dog deserves better.